Yeah, this becomes tough because none of this is scripted. I'm absolutely just speaking from my heart, but that's the power of we the people, that we need to take back our freedoms and liberties, not the government. And this unlawful legislation that they passed, unconstitutional, and they passed it behind closed doors, it cannot stand. But it's we the people that are going to need to get this thing repealed. Before November, we the people need to stand up and say, no, we're not going to accept this from the government that works for us. And we have that power, we have that right, and we need to exercise it. As I was saying, I picked the most low-tech way to get to Washington. One, for the length of time it'll take and give us an opportunity to build Team America. But the other thing is, it really, really exemplifies what it is that built this country, what it is that makes this country great. It's not government. It's not politicians. It's the average American. It's the average person that, because of their belief in their own soul, because they have that spirit of freedom and liberty in them, in every fiber of their body, that drives them to do things that are extraordinary. That's what made this country great. It's the tenacity and the fortitude inside each of us. And that's what that's what I'm trying to awaken in the American spirit. That's what this walk is all about. If an old man can walk from Gunnersville to Washington, D.C., is to awaken that spirit that we can take our country back. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take that epiphany in each of us to realize the power for us to rise above our circumstances doesn't lie in Washington. It lies in our hearts and in our souls. It doesn't rely on the internet. It doesn't rely on all the fancy new things that we've got. It comes down to one thing: the individual who has the desire to pursue freedom and liberty, each and every one of us. And when we take that desire and we put it together with others who feel the same way, it is so powerful that it's unstoppable. It's what made America great. It's when we unite. Freedom and liberty for everybody, but we've got to have one voice. We've got to unite under the power of freedom and liberty. And that's what Freedom Walk 2010 is about. I'm trying to reignite that spirit in America and get you to understand, unplug from the lies that this government is trying to push down our throats. Saying that paying higher taxes is patriotic. You read We the People and you tell me where you can draw that conclusion. That the banks should be regulating our economy. Read We the People and tell me how that's even America. That we're going to fundamentally change and we're going to redistribute wealth based on the government's decision of how this should come down. You read that and you tell me where that's American. It is not American. And that people want to think that the Constitution is outdated and that these ideals and that these laws that were set down by the forefathers to keep us free are somehow now irrelevant. You read their words and you tell me how irrelevant they are. Because for me, they are spot on. When you read their words, it's chilling to see that they were able to predict that from that long ago where we would end up. And here we are. Read those words. We the People document on Team America. Find it. It's in the discussions portion of the site. And spread it around. Spread it around. We need to ignite the fire that built this country in America again. And we've got to stop falling for the lies that this government is trying to get us to believe. And it's both sides. It's both sides. When we talk about Democrats or Republicans, like I've said before, over the past over 30 years, either way, we get bigger government, more taxes, more regulations. If the Republicans really and truly believed in conservatism, which they now say they do, then we would have had a totally different outcome, a year and a half ago. But they didn't. They had the opportunity and they squandered it. Why? Because the system is corrupt. The system is corrupt. The system needs to be changed. And the politicians really don't want to change that system. We the people have to change the system. We the people have to put the federal government back in the box it was designed to operate in. It has overgrown and entangled this country. It's gotten into our education system, which now indoctrinates the youth And they're coming up believing that the history of America is irrelevant, or worse yet, that somehow it's something to be ashamed of. We have lost our way, America, and only you and I, only we the people, are going to regain it. And when it comes to Democrats and Republicans and the political system and the politicians that try to buy our votes, our forefathers say this: good intentions will always be pleaded for every assumption of authority. That's either side. They want the authority. The goal is to get elected. That's the goal. The goal is to get back in power. It is hardly too strong to say that the Constitution was made to guard the people against the dangers of good intentions. See, the politicians know what the hot buttons are, and they push the hot buttons to gain power, to gain back control. There are men in all ages who mean to govern well during the campaign, but once they get there, they mean to govern. And they promise during the campaign to be good masters, but they mean to be masters. Only a free, freedom-loving, liberty-loving society can control that. And that's what we have to do. The powers are with us. The forefathers tell us the ultimate power lies in the people alone. And until we assume that responsibility, until we take our rightful place in this political quagmire that we have, we're going to get more of the same. The difference is one group spends their money and legislates their laws this way, and the other group legislates and spends their money over here. And either way, we get more regulation, more government, more taxes. It's not working, folks. And that's why we've got to stop it. We, you and I, have got to stop it. We've got to put our foot down and say enough is enough. Now, the administration that's in there right now has got to be by far the most dangerous administration we've ever had. And they're still pushing forward. They're still pushing forward with that agenda. So there's a lot of damage that's going to be done unless we wake up. So again, Freedom Walk is to awaken that spirit in you to understand that freedom is the greatest gift that America has to give. And until we're willing to fight for it, get off our couches, get off our duffs, and make the sacrifice to come together and give this government the ultimatum that it needs. This is a soft revolution, not taking up arms. We're not the right-wing wackos that they're trying to get us to believe we are. That's all hyperbole, and we don't buy it. We're not racist. We want freedom for everybody. And the interesting turn of events there is now some of them have said that we're just the same thing that happened back in the civil rights. We just don't have the sheets on. Here's the interesting fact, and you need to look it up, America. Who do you think was it that was hiding behind those sheets? They were the Democrats. It was the Democrats that were fighting to keep slavery in this country. It was the Democrats, the cowardly Democrats, that were hiding behind the sheets. And yet they'll make you believe that somehow it's us. They're doing everything they can do to divide us, America, and it's time that we unite. Team America, unite. I need every single one of you out there every day pushing and explaining to people who will listen to join Team America. Our only success will come through, our only power to be successful is going to come through all of you. It's going to come through how many people, the united group of people. That's what it's going to take to win this battle. So I need all of you out there working to spread the word. It's time to go. I got a phone ringing. So anyways, we got to keep up the good fight. Again, if anybody wants to make donations, you can make a check out to Freedom Walk 2010 and send it to 382 Gunner Avenue, Gunnersville, Alabama, 35976. And mostly spread the word. The more we need team to swell. That's what we need. That's our strength. United we stand. United we stand for freedom and liberty in America. God bless all of you. God bless America.